Hello guys and girls, Voices from the Dark here, and welcome back to more Medieval 2 Total War, playing the Britannia campaign as Norway on very hard difficulty. Now, Scotland is moving on my village. Arran is it's not undefended, but I have to decide what to do because I have a choice to make. Either I keep the forces in the village knowing it'll come under attack and they fight to the death protecting it. Or I move my troops out of the town, leaving it in their hands. Why would I do that? Because I can then save the troops. We can move down a ship here to bring the troops to safety. And then once we have amassed a greater army, we can come down once again. I think I actually know where I want to take Magnus's army at this point. We're going to go down to a normal tax rate and I'm going to move out Magnus. We're going to leave behind only the crossbow militia. Because again, I'm not fearing getting attacked. Then we are going to move our fleet here, move Magnus onto it. Oh, I can't quite reach there in time. But Magnus can probably fight this back. So I'm going to take my troops, move them out of town. Might seem cowardly, but I know when I'm up against higher odds, and I'm not winning with Viking raiders and peasant archers. So right now, they are extremely angry at me. That's to be expected. There's nothing I can do about that. I'll just put up the tax rate to make them extra pissed, so Scotland can get a pissed village. Although I'll have to call them down again, you know, afterwards, but okay. Prince Magnus is gonna go over here. We're gonna sort out the situation. And these men should hopefully join this army. And we can take back the village. Now we could, of course, land on the beaches here in Scotland and take Glasgow and such, but I don't know. Do we really want that? We have to decide where to strike them. We'll have to see when the time comes what feels right. We're recruiting a boat down here, I believe, so we can send Snorri into the action. We might also want to consider recruiting a few more good troops, but I don't want to stretch myself too thin. I think I'm going to recruit some more Sami axemen to go with it. So I'll send him and some Sami axemen up to provide backup wherever in our kingdom we might require it. Stornoway's not building anything. Now we can start building communal farming, which will give us improved farms and food production, meaning we'll make more cash. But it's not something that will happen immediately. That's the problem. You'll pay a lot for it and you'll make up the money over time as a few rounds have passed. But I don't think I have the money to make that at the moment. But for now I can actually increase the tax rate in this town without pissing off the people. So I'm gonna do that. Haldar's gonna just get the taxes going. Haldar is a commander. He's actually a pretty decent commander, so you might want to use him in combat. We might, I mean, I would want to take this, but I don't have the forces to do that at the moment. All my forces are concentrated in this area over here, so I might just send Haldar over to be the leader of a group of my infantry, I suppose. Now, one of the armies that was over here have disappeared. Oh, I think they're moving to take this rebel settlement. Oh well, that'll suck. I wanted that myself, but what's going on over here? Who's this? They have some cavalry going through my lands. But we're not at war. But we're probably going to be at war pretty soon, so I'm going to move my troop here, and Scotland didn't like that. I don't really mind, though. I'm not going to initiate open war. That's something I wouldn't do. Scotland didn't like that either. Well, you're moving on my territory, so this is what they call payback in the business. And up here we can now construct an inn. And if we construct an inn... let's have a normal tax rate. If I construct an inn, I'm going to make an assassin. An assassin is always going to be quite nice. So if we take Inverness... What kind of buildings are in Inverness, I wonder? Because I need a good place to construct great troops for the future. Because right now we can make a lot of the best Norwegian troops here in Castletown, because it is a powerful castle and the culture is pretty Norwegian. So I can make huskarls and Sami axemen and such, which is important. Now, what you can make is that you can make these leather tanners, which would upgrade the armor of troops that don't yet use padded armor. So let's say you have a weak peasant, he would benefit from this, but if you had a knight, he wouldn't benefit, unless you make a leather tanner, then a blacksmith, and then you continually make better and better plate and mail armor, meaning whenever you recruit a troop, they'll have more defense. So I might want to get going with the leather tanner relatively early here, because Castletown is a pretty good place to make troops. I can just get a few fleets going, and then I can send out my boats filled with fresh new soldiers with extra armor to take Scotland from different angles. I like that idea, and I'm gonna go with it. Now, I'm not gonna attack Inverness until they attack me. Call it a bit cowardly, but it's just to try to maintain some of my reputation, but I know they're going to occupy the city, but it's going to be without any resistance from my end. But little do they know, the prince is coming for you, you bastards. If you see these little signs next to a character, it means how experienced they are in combat. So the more they fight, the more they get those. But they will also get depleted. So we started out with this cavalry unit at, I can't remember how many, but it's been depleted. We only have 21 soldiers left. But if I bring them to a city and retrain them, I essentially give the Huskarls a vacation, they will come back and be fresh again, have replenished their numbers, but they will maintain their armor and their skill from combat. So I might want to send some troops down on vacation in Castletown from time to time. But yeah, enough rambling. Let's end the turn and see what they do. They're moving some troops into the fort, and they are occupying my town. Was to be expected. It's still a declaration of war even though I left it. And they decided they really wanted war. So now he is going to be defeating this rebel here. Can the rebel even escape? Looks like he's up against a river. They might push them out into the river or kill them. Now if you're attacked... Oh, you just went over. You can still run away from combat. But the enemy still has a chance to hunt you down one more time like this and then attack again. And then there's no escape. So we'll probably see him perish right here, because he can't win. Blah. And they're moving. They're mobilizing their fleets a little. And apparently Scotland wants to trade some fish. Alrighty. Enjoy. Wanted to be a little Norwegian, I suppose. And they're moving this big troop into Glasgow. So yeah, I think we should be careful about besieging that. And there they go. And Scotland blockaded a port up near Wick here. And they're moving their little troop over to the shore. Why? Why does it help you? Let's just remember that they have a little troop there then. The enemy tends to get quite a lot of troops on very hard difficulty. We can now get... Prince Magnus can adopt somebody. Essentially, not every heir is going to be a child that you gave birth to and then raised, because that takes 18 years, more or less. Or do they come of age at 16? Maybe the boys come of age at 16 and you can use them in combat, but that's still like 30 plus turns, so... Sometimes you just gotta adopt somebody who's already in it, so... Oh, this... Ooh, Ulrich is handsome. I'll take him. They're riding in Arran, and the Scottish took over the village. Okay, then. This means war. They occupied the settlements. That's good, they didn't hurt my villagers. And I'll probably keep my culture. Now, we lost quite a lot of money there. Oh my. Next turn will be in the red, probably because we lost the income from Arran. But I was gonna lose that town anyways. Because they wouldn't even have to besiege it, it's that easy to take. So I'm going to take this back immediately. They're gonna regret it so much, like, ah, that was easy! Then they turn around and it's like, bum, bum, bum. Hey, I'm the king. The prince. I keep calling him the king. I'm so used to playing with the king. But not at the moment. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is that I cannot... okay, so let's move him here. Then let's move this troop onto the ship. Now let's merge that troop into this troop. There we go. Now it's done.
Quit that, you damn schooner.
So these guys have cogs. 5 attack, 8 defense, 12 attack, 10 defense. I feel that I should be able to defeat them on the water here. Do they have any armies with them? They don't. But I want to do it to get rid of them, so into battle! Now, here's the thing. These naval battles have to be automatically resolved, unfortunately. They have more fleets, but I have better quality fleets. I believe in Admiral Jens. Fight! Ah. A close defeat. Oh well. Oh well. That's a shame. Oh, we have a new family member, Borislev Fallingborg. Okay, I'm unsure if Borislev is a girl or guy name, honestly. Castletown, we have some longboats. And some Sami axemen. So we are... Oh, right, we have 2 men here now. So let's take Snorri, who just had a baby. Congratulations, man. And Ulrich. We're gonna take them and the Sami axemen onto this boat. And now... we don't want to get sunk. Because if we get sunk, we're in big trouble. Where do we want to move them? Okay, so I feel like it's safer to be on land than to be on water right now. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm going to disembark my troops. There's this Irish Navy. And then I'm going to move into the trees here. I'm hiding next to a watchtower, so I'm probably not very stealthy, but I think I'll keep them there for now. I'm gonna keep my fleet here, because I don't want to rest my troop on a boat out in the waters like this. So we're going to jump on that in the next one and then get to where we want to be. Now that we have the troop ready, let's take back Arran and see if our profits can increase, because I don't want to be in debt. Even though it's not unusual as Norway. No defenses in Arran. Let's assault. Let's see what they got here. Captain Gawain. Once again, Highlanders will attack. We'll take them out. Now, we don't have to bring down any walls or anything like that, so... do we just rush in? If I remember correctly, the village can be attacked from many different sides. It's a pretty poor design. Look at this, the road is just open. As was the case with many medieval villages back in the day. So what we can do is that we can send some troops around and we can attack the square from many different directions. Now something else we could do is that we could set up some catapults to fire at them. Do I have any clear line of sight? I guess maybe if I put my catapults over here, I might be able to lob some fire over here. I'll probably cause some building damage, but if I can deplete the Scottish troops, that's pretty good for me. So we'll prepare a few different groups to fight here. Let's group up the Sami axemen. Then we will have these men ready over here. We can set them to loose formation, which is going to make them harder to hit for archers. We're going to be coming in on the roads right here. Now, who else do we have? Huskarls. Alright. Let's send in... well, the catapults are going to be firing here. I don't know if I want the Huskarls to be running right there then. Let's place the Huskarls over here. And then we're going to send them in from this side of town. And then we're going to have the Viking Raiders. So we're going to go here, we're going to go here. We can send in the Viking... we should send them in from here. Actually, what we could do is that we can move them around like that. Yes, okay. So the Viking Raiders we'll send over here. Okay, so, you know, I am no tactical genius. I've actually been wanting to watch some more videos on, like, just battle strategies and, like, documentaries and stuff to get inspired, but for now, this is how we're going to do it. I'll place my cavalry right here, so they are prepared to ride into town to offer support. Prince Magnus can rally our men if they start to falter and get a little bit scared. Alright. Now, here's one of the great things. Boom. You can pause at any time. You don't have to constantly keep playing, which is good, because right now I need to issue a few orders. Let's have a quick look. Hundreds of Scottish Highlanders are here today. This is our first proper battle against Scotland. So, I'm going to tell my catapults to fire here. And then I'm going to ask my Viking raiders to group up right here. They're just going to march. They're not going to run, because that's going to exhaust them and make them poorer in combat. Unless they become under arrow fire, then I'll make them run. And what I want to do with the Huskarls, let's see, what was the Huskarl plan? Yes, the Huskarl plan was to, let's group them up over here. And then the Axemen are going to be coming in over here. Who's this? Highland Rabble. Okay. Alright, I have the archers with them. We'll have the archers move into. The general is going to just pretty much chill where he is, maybe move up a little. Okay. Let's start the action then. Highlanders are all pulling back, immobilizing. Gonna have Viking raiders over here. The catapults are moving into position to fire. Go for this group right here. And then everybody else should be moving into position to attack. Oh, moving out quite a lot of troops over here, where my Viking raiders are going to be approaching. They're bringing archers too, so I might want to make my forces sprint here. The Viking raiders should outclass the Highlanders, especially the Highland Rabble. What are they doing out here? Let's make them run. Let's make our Viking raiders attack this Highlander force up here. We've begun sending some fire into the town. Go for the Highland Rabble over here. We should be able to hit somebody from that position. The Scots are approaching. The Scots? The Sami Axemen. They are not Scottish. Gosh, dark. Alright. Dismounted Huskarls. We are moving into the town. Almost there. Now the Viking raiders... Alright, just walk. Just take it easy. Seems like the Highlanders moved into position behind the buildings for their archers. Oh, that's smart. Yep. Here comes the arrows for us. That's gonna hurt. But they're among the weaker archers, so we will persevere. We will make our way over here. That was an unintentional rhyme. Oh wow, looks like I've gotten some solid hits in from my catapults. This is good. Alright. The troops are right here. This is good. We're going to have our Sami Axemen approach now. While these archers should hopefully break their morale a little bit. Nobody likes to get pelted in the face with arrows. It's been scientifically proven, actually. And then we're going to send in our Huskarls from this side of town. I usually like to just surround my enemy, because I find it so much easier to break their morale if the enemy finds themselves surrounded. They tend to give up a lot more easily. Oh. Oh, hey there. Boom! You guys done goofed! They're running towards my catapults, but they're pulling back too early. So, how are my troops doing here? Ooh, go after them. There's some Highland Rabble here, don't let them flank you. Flank them instead. Boom! Good job. These Viking raiders are doing battle with the archers over here. And then the Huskarls are moving up right now. They're going to be hitting the rabble right here. Go, 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 men! They have some Highland pikemen! Oh, I wasn't aware. That's something I'll have to factor into the plan. Alright, we're fighting through the archers first and foremost, that's right. Well, let's start peltering the pikemen with catapults and arrows. Actually, no, let's deal with the... Okay. Now I have something to do with my cavalry. I'll send my cavalry over on this side to... No, let's... I'll have my cavalry attack here and I'll just see what path they take. Go for the pikemen with the catapults. It might work out well. Okay, so we have successfully made this group flee, which is good. So now I'll just send these raiders back to deal with the archers in the area. Okay, how are the Huskarls doing? Victory seems certain. They're feeling good about fighting the Highland Rabble. Though we're getting a few arrows our way. The Sami Axemen are not really making progress, so I'm going to make the Sami Axemen run through the enemy troops. Because sometimes you get blob combat, and you don't really want blob combat. You don't want your troops to get stuck in just blob versus blob. So I'm going to have some cavalry right in here to help breach their morale. And then we're going to move the Sami Axemen through. Because the Sami Axemen need to hit the Spearmen. They're among our best hope. Okay, now we have... Oh, careful. Boom. Good, that was almost a hit. Oh, here comes a good one. Ah, too short. Our peasant archers are in position at least. Oh, close to my own troops there. That made them rout though. That scared them real good. Looks like Scotland is very confused right now. Highland archers are slowly losing, but it's a very slow battle, so I'm going to make this group of Viking raiders push through and get into the archers' midst, because I'm tired of being blob versus blob. The pikemen are running, actually. Alright, keep aiming for the middle of town. Actually, yeah, keep aiming for them. You're doing well. You're doing well. Now, Sami Axemen. Some Sami Axemen have finally broken through. So we'll send them to hit the rabble now. Our cavalry is still feeling very fresh, so as long as we keep the cavalry away from the spears, because horses really don't like spears, I found out, we'll be good. So let's move our strong forces against the spearmen here. Oh, the Highland archers are fighting to the death. Brave men. Alright, so we are winning on this front. I'll send my Viking raiders around to take the spearmen from behind now that we won on this front. And now I need to make my catapults stop firing, otherwise I'm gonna get friendly fire. The catapults really did their job in this one. I should also make my... Yes, I'm gonna make my archers stop firing too. I tend to just move my troops instead of making them stop, because sometimes they don't stop even if you tell them to stop. It's infuriating. Where's Prince Magnus? I need to find him, because I need to ensure his safety. I always like to have a little glance at him from time to time to check how much... Oh, there he is. He's feeling fine. He's fresh. He's ready to battle. Let's blow our war horn for fun. There we go. Scotland will lose. There we go.
Men have slain the enemy general.
Now they have like 6% of their troops left. That went quite well. And we have them surrounded on absolutely every side. Poor guy. So now I can just speed up the battle, because, well, they've lost. They're just going to fight until the bitter end. Goodbye. Alright. They had a bigger force, but the quality of men, not good. The locale they were defending, pretty weak. I was able to get in from many different angles and do some serious damage to them, so the village is once again mine. Sorry about that.
Honest ambush set, my lord.
Okay, now, prisoners have been captured. What do we want to do with them? So either we can ransom them back to earn some money.
You can trust a Scot to afford the ransom.
We can release them out of the kindness of our heart and gain some chivalry and reputation.
Your mercy shall be remembered, my lord.
Or we can make sure these bastards never live to fight another day and increase our dread.
No! Please, spare us!
Goodbye. Perfect. Yes. And it is once again ours, and I will sack my own settlement. Because reasons. Scotland hates us, and that's okay, because the hate is mutual. So the town has been taken. Quite nice, quite nice. Now, what I would really like to do with some of these troops is that I would like to replenish them again. Take them down to Castletown for a little vacation, actually. I would want to do that. So, should we consider doing that next round, maybe? Possibly. Well, is there anything else that can be done on this turn? Right, I can actually assault Inverness now, since we're officially at war.
Orders, my king.
Okay. And I can move this boat as well. Oh, I have an admiral in the area. Okay, so here's what we'll do. I'll move Admiral Henrik over here with his boats. I'll take Haldor. We'll move Haldor out, which the people really didn't like. But that's because they have an insane tax rate. So I'll put down the tax rate and they'll be fine. Then we're going to move Haldor over... Now, I know there's a little troop in the area here, so let's be careful now. It's right here. I'll build a watchtower here so I can keep watch. That's usually what a watchtower does, isn't it? And then we're going to move this ship down. I actually wanted to merge them. I'll do that next round. Should have done it this round, but... Because this is our diplomat fleet. Thorgeir needs to get down to Ireland to strike a deal. Then we can also find the English here, then we'll move on to Wales. And that should be a lot of factions. There is going to be another faction that's going to emerge later on that we will have to deal with, but... For now, we should be fine. Snorri is hiding right here because I didn't want to leave him on the boat out in the waters when Admiral Ian has his cogs around, so... That's the reason for that. Now, Gunnar, you've done well on this front. Let me just have a quick peek down here. This city has no defenses. I mean...
Yes, Lord.
I can probably take the city. But I shouldn't be so bold. Let's do this. Let's do this properly. Let's not be too reckless. Even though recklessness can really pay off sometimes. So we'll see the kind of crazy strategies you might come up with at a later date. But for now, I believe we are going to move Haldor down here to be the leader of this army. And this army, of course, is going to be besieging. But it's going to be Geller who will lead the siege. Boom. So now that we have 2 troops attacking, when the battle begins, we can control the main force, and then we will also control the second force. It can either be controlled by the AI or controlled by you. And they have a castle, which is quite well defended. They have boiling oil, reinforced gates, and extra wall defenses. So if you want to take this down, we're going to build double ram, ladder, and a siege tower. It's a pretty classic setup. We're going to maintain the siege. We're going to have to be besieging them for an entire turn. And Haldor, you're so close. Haldor can almost join the battle. And then once we've taken the castle, we'll have a new place to make tons of cash. So since we got our village back, we're no longer going to be in debt, which is good. Now, I'll want to chase Admiral Aiden away eventually, but I don't have any fleets in the area, so just you wait until King Haakon arrives, you bastard. Well, guys and girls, I think we're going to end today's episode right here. It's been another eventful day. Scotland has made a move on me, but I took back Arran. They tried to move forces up here, but I scared them away, and now I'm besieging Inverness. Things are looking good for us, but let's not get cocky or overconfident or pull too many crazy schemes at once, and perhaps we can get out of this mess alive. Have a still good day, take care, and stay awesome. But most importantly, everybody, stay dark. Goodbye.